direction we're going, and we'll emulate that direction. I hope they emulate that direction on carbon policy, but I hope they also emulate that direction just on setting clear, stable, long-term policy goals that we can all work towards to achieve.
When the rest of the nation looks to California, we clearly hope that they see a path forward that they can all follow into a cleaner energy future. One of the things that's important in California is we've made some fundamental choices about what's really important to us societally from a policy perspective, and we're strongly committed to reducing carbon emissions across the state. We've been doing this for 30 plus years through things like energy efficiency, which is that first clean resource that everyone can use in order to help improve and clean up the electric sector. So the first thing that states should look to here is look at our energy policies around energy efficiency, demand response, programs like that that help customers use energy in smarter ways and help us all save from that benefit. When you look at renewables, I think that most states think about moving forward on renewables and are concerned that that may drive substantially higher costs to customers or might cause reliability concerns on the system. And I think looking at California, we can clearly see that the system can continue to run reliably and safely every day with high penetrations of renewables. These things are resources that utilities and grid operators can handle and can manage as long as we have the right tools in our toolkit. I think we also have seen that in California, customer bills are still below the national average. So it's not the substantial threat to customer affordability that many think it might be. And frankly, as we look at renewable prices today, and the fact that with California's large procurement, the costs of renewables continue to come down, it gets more and more economical every day for utilities to take advantage of renewables to help meet their customer needs. We have to remember, energy is something that we depend on every single day without thought. Most customers don't think a lot about where their energy comes from or how it gets there. They want to make sure they can turn the light on or flip that switch and it's always there and always dependable for them. And that's really the first priority for all utilities, that we make sure we continue to deliver safely, reliably, and affordably for our customers. I think as we think about the future, we have to remember that there's never one size fits all. There's not a silver bullet that any utility can look to and say, I want to be all solar or I want to be all wind. Utilities always have built portfolios of resources, and it's in that portfolio of things like solar and natural gas. When you put them together and match them, solar can generate when the sun's up, and as the sun comes down and solar generation starts to fall off, we can ramp up natural gas, which is a clean burning fossil fuel. And now we've taken those two resources together and made them more powerful than either one would be on their own. So it's important for us to remember as we go forward that we need all the solutions to really solve a problem of ensuring that the grid is not only safe and reliable and affordable, but that it's also clean. So in California, we've laid out really aggressive goals, particularly for 2050, with an 80% reduction below 1990 levels of our emissions. And there's a clear recognition that when you put yourself in that world of 80% reductions, you have to really rethink a lot of elements, not only of their energy supply, but frankly of society as a whole. And I think when we start to consider what will it take to get there, I don't know what all those answers are going to be today. I don't think anybody does. But it's quite clear we have to reduce our dependence on fossil fuels, including natural gas. We're going to have to change how natural gas is used in our society and by all our customers. I don't know exactly what that means yet, but what I think is important for us to remember is that as we are transitioning to 2050, we still have a long time to go in order to get there. We need to remember that natural gas actually offers us tremendous opportunities to drive emissions reductions across the state, to do things like to use it in transportation sectors that might not otherwise be able to be served by electric vehicles. For example, heavy-duty trucking and marine transportation. Those are not really amenable to using battery-stored electricity to power their cars and vehicles. So natural gas can be an immediate way we can capture environmental benefit through lower emissions and leverage the system as it exists today. So as we work towards that future and think about what that world may look like, we need to remember that along the way, we got to capture the benefits that are in front of us today.